Hello, everybody, and finally, welcome to another episode of Skeletalk. I don't even know how long it's been. I think the European tour had the leg of that tour had just started. But anyways, we are back, and now I brought another friend as well. So we have Kane as always. How you doing, Kane?
Hello. I'm doing
And
fantastic.
sweet. And Wretched Goulet, as you guys know.
Hey, how are y'all? How's everyone?
Here we are. One of us is very sick. I'm finally back alive, and you're here, and we're crossing our fingers that you don't cause us to be taken down. So I think we're all doing fantastic.
Well, I'm glad you think so highly of me being here.
Oh man, oh, it's gonna be fun.
Wow,
It's
yeah.
gonna be fun.
I haven't seen Cope here in the chat yet, so I think we're safe for DMCA strikes. We can help. We can pray.
Oh man, he did message recently, and he's like, "Oh my god, like where are you guys?" And I was like, "We're coming back soon." He's like, "Oh, thank." He's like, "Frater has missed you guys. I've been there by my Windows 95 computer," and like he went on this whole spiel. Oh, like it took 20 minutes to boot up the internet, and we weren't there that Saturday, and 4 subsequent Saturdays since. Oh my god. But anyways.
30 minutes to launch his dial-up modem, and we weren't even there.
But it's good. We're finally back, and the complete Sister Imperator comic series has ended, and that's what we'll do in this video. We're gonna do like a roundtable discussion, just going through all 4 issues. You know, good, the bad, because I'm sorry, but for me at least, there is some bad. But obviously, we're gonna get into it. But yeah, it's good to be back.
To be clear, we're not going to be reading the full issue.
No.
This is merely a discussion of the whole product
As a whole, yeah. We will put the pages up on screen, so obviously if you haven't seen it, I mean you can, there's gonna be all the panels, all the word bubbles, but we're gonna go through the whole story anyways, like kind of like as we go through it. But yeah, so all right.
Skeletalk is back, baby.
Woohoo!
Yep.
Woo!
It's
I know I
back.
also making
Finally.
regular videos as well, so yeah, we got to get back into the swing of things. But I'm telling you, it was that one encore. I knew I shouldn't have done it. that 4th chapter, I shouldn't have read it. That thing put me in a coma for a month.
Yeah,
but
unfortunately.
Only
he did warn us that
break.
you couldn't read.
Bars like you're making me read. Do you just know what you did to me the last time on a Skeletalk? You made me read an encore. I don't care if you have little word bubbles in a comic.
There are worse things to read live in front of people.
Yeah.
Chapter 3.
Oh my god. I had to read most of the descriptions about, which was super fun.
I could have done it with no problem.
You know what? You might be careful what you wish for.
Throning Historia.
Over the narration reading from Brothers 4 if you don't stop. I'll be able to sit back, listen to Kane do his voices. You can do the narration, and I'll just chill, so I don't go in another coma. It's for the channel, it's for the channel.
It's for a good cause.
Yeah, it's for a good cause. You need me to be chill, okay? I need a fan on my right. All good. Bar says chapter 3 hearts. Oh god. But anyways,
I don't think I can ever forget chapter 3.
Oh Lord.
Sadly, I've had so much on my brain that I probably have, but I could reread it.
No, it's good. You don't need it. You can reread it. Don't rewatch the
I'm sure you read other books that have multiple types of that chapter 3, and like throughout the entire book.
Oh, okay.
Not just pictures?
No pictures.
No pictures. They just give you pictures in your mind.
Yes, but exactly.
The only books I read are the type I can color in.
Hey, those are nice once in a while too.
Yeah, once in a while, every day. My brain's smooth.
All right, let's see here. Chronicle needs to reread it with the new mic.
No. I'm good.
Why the new mic? I don't get it.
I bought a new mic.
Oh,
Oh
gotcha.
yeah.
I'm not using
Yeah,
my
you.
Kraken X3 or whatever headset. I have a physical
Oh.
in front of me that I can grab with reckless abandon.
Oh well, then I agree with Bar. Then.
Well, hopefully I don't go Mr. Roboto during the stream, so because then I need to get a new something. You'll need to get a new co-host. That's what it's gonna be. But all right. I'll kind of ask you guys generally what you feel like. Kane, I'll start with you. Like in terms of the Brothers Forge. Oh my god.
Oh, the Brothers Forge is pretty good. I like it a lot.
In terms of the Sister Imperator comic series, what do you not now reading all 4 issues? What's your kind of like your general thoughts about it before we dive into specifics later on?
As a general consensus, very, very brief. I had a lot of hope in the first 2 issues. I stopped having hope in the last 2, especially that last one. It didn't live up to what I think it could be. And it just muddied a lot of things more than it should have. And didn't really have an ending, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, it just man, you're right about that. About pretty much everything. Ghoul, how about it? Yeah, that's why I thought you're here.
Okay,
How about you?
I was kind of bad. Okay, I have not read the last issue yet. So I keep seeing people that are not very happy with it, and I'm wondering why. I mean, I know the story seemed like it was kind of going downhill, but because I mean, yeah, obviously, like Kane said, the first 2 issues were pretty damn good, but then the 3rd issue was not so great, and then this one I see and hear that a lot of people are unhappy, so I'm wondering why. So I still need to read it, but I would like to know why most people are unhappy with it.
Well, we'll go through it, and I'm sure you'll be able to. From what I show, I pretty much show every page, so we'll at least visually you'll be able to piece together what's going on, and we'll be talking about it. But my quick thoughts, they obviously echo you guys. Like, especially issue 1 for me had a lot of promise. I think I started to see the cracks in issue 2, where like it just wasn't as strong of a follow up as I was hoping for. But then I still was like very optimistic of. I remember we were still very optimistic of issue 3, because I remember the preview pages came out. We're like, oh, they're starting to dive into the. It was, remember, like the dance macabre thing. We're like, okay, we're gonna get some juicy stuff, and then that one disappointed us.
They snatched that shit away from us.
Like, wow, it was like the best part was just the preview pages that they showed you, and that was it. And then 4, oh my god, I was actually gonna come back and do a regular video on the channel. The day after that issue came out, I was like, all right, I'm gonna read it, and there you go. I'm gonna upload to the channel. That'll be the first video back of a video breakdown of issue 4. I was all excited. I read it and I said, nope. Close that thing right up, and hibernation continued. I was like, I'm not even gonna bother.
You were that disappointed?
We would discuss it. I really was. I'm hoping that right now I can look at it again, because I haven't even looked at it ever since. It's like it was that much of a disconnect I felt. That hopefully right now as we go through it, maybe we can kind of like look back with like more rose-colored glasses. But at the moment that I read it, it wasn't that great. Hopefully it grows on me, but it was not that great.
Kind of scared.
It's okay. It's not like
it's great.
We do have a 199 here by Abe Froman. It totally messes up the previous video lore.
Like, I'm pretty sure
probably like the chapters and stuff. Yeah.
That's been happening, I'm afraid.
Oh, sadly. Yeah, so let me
my career is now built on lies.
It makes me wonder if he's messing it up on purpose, because
he's just messing with us. He's like,
no,
I don't care about the Lord here.
No, because he says he wants to end it anyway, and by he I mean Toblerone. But
Toblerone Fudge.
Yes.
Yeah, say the full name, please.
Oh, okay.
Full government name.
Like, I wonder if he's trying to mess it up on purpose, like just to have it end.
That is such a negative way to look
sabotaging
at
it.
anything.
If you ever get him in an interview, please let that be your first question.
Are you sabotaging it on purpose?
Yeah. So is this bad, like on purpose? Oh,
Is this
my God.
avant-garde or no?
I'm sorry. I have no tact when I talk sometimes. I'm sorry.
No, it's all
It's
good. I mean, hey,
fine.
sometimes you gotta be, you gotta be blunt about it. If some people don't want to know what you're talking about. But yeah, so I mean, even here, I was so excited looking at the covers because remember, Kane. I think very early on, where I was in this whole thing where
The
I
old
thought
one.
we were
The
gonna
old one. It
discover
must be
who
the
The
old one.
old one.
the old one.
I remember being like, dude,
That specter in
I'm
the
so
background.
sorry.
That's gonna be the old one. And I know I was probably on my own little island thinking this, but I mean, come on, that looked, I mean, just white eyes that looked like some weird demonic specter in the background. I was like, that has to be something, satanic to have to do with the clergy.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's completely opposite. We think what now? It's supposed to be like the stepfather.
Yes. Which I did say I'm pretty sure it was, and I did say I'm sorry that I thought it was.
I know you really did, and then the moment you said it, I know, like deep inside, I know I did believe you. I was like, that is what it is. No, and that's how I knew this was just gonna fail. I know it's don't bring your don't let your expectations or your speculation become your expectation.
Yes.
But man, just even these covers alone, when that's all we had before looking at any interiors, it looks so promising.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's start going into it. Because though the first one was really awesome and it started out in a really brutal fashion, so I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so good. And
I've just realized something looking at this now. So the crucifix is a thing,
and
it's in the middle of the satanic pentagram. Where was the rest of the Satanism? Like, this seems like really overtly like sacrifice-esque, upside down crucifixion included.
Yeah.
Which dope as fuck visual, hell yeah. I feel like they just really didn't stick to those blows of like, yeah, those silly guys you really like, believe fully in the devil.
Yeah, no, they've almost fully walked it back.
Of like, it's not Satanism as per se, it's more so anti-authority and anti-Christianity, which isn't necessarily or satanic, sorry.
Exactly. And how do you know how I'm trying to word this? But it's in this right here, already knowing that the rest of it they weren't really going to include that. This kind of seems like this was almost just like the Trojan horse, because these are the first few pages you're looking at.
Yeah.
And it entices you because you're kind of like the people that are looking for that are like, oh, it's going to be here. It's going to be here. I'm going to get an explanation on, where all this, Satanism comes from, or how the what are the origin stories of the clergy? Does it really go back hundreds of years?
Yeah.
And you got none of that. And like you said, now looking at the whole series as a whole, this one seems like, where did this come from? Like you're not doing any of this stuff throughout the rest of the series, even in the events, because obviously this is like Tarantino-esque, where you're getting one scene that is kind of like a flash forward, and then the rest of it is kind of like a flashback working back towards that original scene that you got. You know what I mean? So none of the other instances that we saw her doing stuff was it like this. So I don't know, man.
There was never any like Hail Satan.
No.
Like, Satan's pretty neat and cool. Things such as, which, considering that, like, even if you go by the logic of it was less satanic for the clergy in this time necessarily, during this time, they still had heavy Satan imagery in their songs, such as "Kiss the Go-Go." And then you fast forward to Opus, and then you get like the real heavy Satanism.
Yeah,
which I just like I don't get it.
And it was the perfect fertile ground for that to be a topic. It didn't have to be the sole topic of conversation, but you were also in the time period of the Satanic Panic, so it was like it was timely. So even if you explained it like it wasn't really that they were fully like really believing in some supernatural being. It was more like maybe they just took advantage of the whole Satanic Panic like era, or just that thinking, like, but maybe have I at least touched on that. But they kind of, what they did is just it completely walked it back. Now it had nothing to do with anything. So when you do see those visuals, like you're saying, it's kind of like, well, why are they there? What's the thing? Because her thought process of the whole, which we'll get into. So, well, I guess we'll save it to when we get there. But, well, Goulet, what is your like so far in these first 4 pages? What was your, what'd you think of this so far? You thought it was like, it was going to dive in more into that as well, or?
Yes, definitely. I thought it was going to dive more into the whole, being satanic and everything. And it's not that that's the only thing I wanted.
Yeah.
But I was expecting it to go more in detail about it, because I mean, since the beginning, that's what it's been all about, kind of. And then now it's just kind of tapered off, and not just in the music, but you would have thought maybe if it's tapering off in the music, it could still stick to the comic, but it didn't at all. So I don't know. I'm having mixed feelings about that as well.
Even if it remained tongue in cheek in a way, like even if you, it was like, what am I trying to say? Like I didn't really need the characters that I like to really be like, oh, I really believe in the devil. Like that's not what I'm saying, because I don't. But like the reason we watch horror movies that deal with a lot of that stuff, they're just heightened. Like it's just like, it's just an exaggerated version of life. Like I'm not
humanity.
Really of humanity. Yeah, like I'm not really wanting them to be that. But even if the characters themselves talked about like, look, we're just gonna play into this, and this is why we're playing into this imagery, and even if they kind of say themselves it's more tongue in cheek, we don't really believe in this, but it just kind of explained like why it's really there. Whereas now it's almost like the band itself is like kind of a shame that it even had these elements to begin with and has to walk the rest of the lore back to re-explain the lore, but now not ever explain why this certain imagery is even there, let alone like the entire first album. Just clearly has to do with that. It's like it's just kind of crazy.
I think, piggybacking off of you what we're saying, like if the story was they used the movement of the Satanic Panic and used that as like, well, we'll move through this Satanic Panic, but not necessarily believe it. But then their followers started to believe it to such a degree that they related it to the music. It eventually started to form the clergy, the band, and that's how like the Satanism began to spread. It wasn't the cause, it was the effect. But instead it's just like occasionally we'll get like really cool visuals of like, an upside down crucifixion of an old priest and vampires possibly being real.
Yeah. Question mark still.
Yeah. It explained Perpetua. But it's like we don't really get that. And it is a shame, because instead we get the plot of Sister and Punisher, which is like sick as fuck. I like the idea of that, but at the same time it feels like it's taking away from the ghost section of this ghost media.
Yeah.
When there wasn't a lot there.
Yeah. It so basically, for anybody that doesn't, I'm sure everybody knows, but yeah, it seems like the way it starts is like you have like some type of flash forward, not to the modern day of the story, obviously, but just a little flash forward in this tale that they're telling themselves. And it's her actually, which we now know is confronting her, her stepfather. Like she's finally, I mean, here you don't know, the whole journey that it's taken her to get to this point. But now that we do, like, this is it, like, she's finally gonna kill him or whatever. But then she gets caught, but then the police comes in, and so the rest of the comic series is her being interrogated, I think, or questioned by what you said looks like Jim Gordon in like this holding cell. And so she's telling, from you go all the way back. And I do like little bits here and there. Like I really did like this whole thing right here, where you kind of get the origin of those twins that we've seen throughout all the chapters, but we didn't know what was their deal. I really like that it became, part of her story, that they're actually her, younger twin sisters.
Yeah.
And I really like this little elaborate thing where they had her, like, her biological father was murdered by that upcoming stepfather. That was like, you start literally seeing how corrupt this church can be right here. I forgot what he names it, like manifest, yeah. And basically how he came into the picture and how much of a tyrant he was, and eventually he's the one that murdered her twin sisters. And then ever since, they've kind of followed her around as these, like, ghostly guides dressed up in how they were murdered in their Halloween attire. So I really like that. What did you guys think about, like, getting the little origin for the Ghoul twins that we've
I
really
loved
didn't
it.
know anything about?
Loved it.
I thought it was really good and both retconned, but also made things more clear in the lore. Like, you can only see the ghosts of your family kind of thing, which we learned with Copia, just looking like he was talking to himself.
Yeah.
At the end of Right Here, Right Now. So the ghost children are always ghosts, and always have been, and his aunts. They're not dressed like skeletons, though, but that doesn't really matter because the idea in and of itself is so cool. It builds its own legs to stand on.
Yeah. So yeah, that was still a positive, still at this point. It started really brutal. I love that. So honestly, this first issue is like the highlight of the big highlight for me of the entire 4-issue run. And even the art style kind of changes a little bit, like when they go back to like the 50s, the artists did make it look like, like it fit that time period a little more. I like that. The hairstyles, how the women look right there. So there's like, that effort was really good. Let's see here.
I like the strong emotions it conveyed, like anger, loss, hate, things like that.
Exactly.
The other ones don't really show much emotion. I felt,
No, I absolutely agree.
Let's see, and then obviously we get the events that we talked about of how they become, how he pretty much is responsible for that. And let's see. Oh yeah, basically you get the mother siding with the stepfather, and I think she kind of runs away from then on, right? Yeah, she kind of goes off on her own.
Yeah.
And that's where by the end of the issue we see that
she meets Marika
Salterian. Yeah, she basically goes to Europe and eventually befriends Marika, and Marika takes her to the circus. I was still super on board with this. I remember, I don't think I have the very last. No, I don't have the very last panel, but I remember even Kane. You were like, "Ooh, what if?" Because that's when that interview had come out. Remember of Tobias when the brothers thought he just misspoke, and he's like nil, sibling to Papa's whatever. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, or whatever the heck.
1, 2, 3, yeah, not 4.
Yeah. Whoops. And we were like, what? And people, I made a video. People were like, how's this even a topic for a video? Like, you just misspoke. Like, leave the guy alone. It's like, right, relax.
And,
People
and
are
now
making-
Perpetua's going out here and going like, my uncle actually performed you.
Yeah, I'm like, and because I did say that, I was like, we never know. I think we even said it in a Skeletalk talk. I was like, what if he kind of like did a spoiler of like something that's gonna be revealed in the comic book, remember? And because you're like, ooh, what if this very last panel, like, what if those are the brothers? And I remember we were like discussing that, and yeah, I guess it did turn out to be the case that no, he didn't misspeak. He just, I guess, retconned it, and he said, "F you, man." You know.
I personally don't mind the first
I don't
three
mind
being Nil's brother. Like, I don't mind that retcon. It makes sense for, as I keep saying, Paul Primo or Farkas, whatever his name may be.
Farkas.
We have another super chat here from Abe Froman. Thank you so much.
Thank
he
you.
Says, is Tobias a Satanist but trying to now downplay?
I'm not sure.
I mean, I don't know if he really is. I mean, I've heard so many interviews, and in some, it kind of sounds like he is. I really don't care. I'm more just interested in it in terms of like the fictional lore. So to me, it doesn't have to be that he really is or isn't. Why he maybe is trying to downplay now? I think somebody said it a little earlier that maybe
The
it's
mainstream. That was Abe Froman.
the more mainstream they're getting, the more now you have to downplay. It's kind of like a give and take, because obviously in super mainstream, you can't really be playing, a song that the first line is Lucifer, like. So I guess it's like a little give and take. So and then that all then goes down to the fan. Are you still okay with that not being a focus, and just still enjoying the band, and or does that need to be the focus? Which I think we're at the point where we can mostly say that it doesn't need to be the focus, because that was really only the focus for especially the first album. And I would already say that with the second one, he was already starting to slightly leave it a little bit, and then Meliora like even more, and then really like the next two, especially Impera, before we even got to Skeleta. Like,
I remember this being a big discussion in our Skeleta review live stream, where it's like, is Ghost the Satanism, or is Ghost just wholly its own thing? And I think we came to the conclusion that like Ghost is its own thing, and it's just kind of leaving the satanic aspect behind over time.
Yeah.
Which, if that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's, I believe, up to personal preference.
Definitely personal preference. I just see it as, TF like getting older as well and maturing, and maybe because everybody goes through stages in life, you start believing one thing, and then 10-20 years down the road you believe something completely different. And maybe just him being older and being a family man, and just things that he's lived through that have maybe changed his perspective on things. Maybe he doesn't feel the need to be as like in your face about it, or like rebellious, because you get to a certain age where you're just like, I'm too tired to be rebellious. I just want to be myself, and I want peace and quiet. And now that's what he seems like to me anyway.
That's actually a really good point that you said that, because I mean, what has kind of been his messages in the last couple albums? Like, he kind of just wants to project kind of like peace to the world.
Kindness.
He's really against like how shitty people are being to each other in recent times, it seems, more than ever before. Like, if you don't share the same views or opinions, like, people can become your enemies. Like, you can't really have discussions about things anymore. There's no like healthy debates. And so, like you said, he's trying to spread kindness. And now that you were saying that, you can't really, and if it's important for him to kind of put that message out there, it's hard to do that when, if you go back to something like Opus and you have like talking about like Satan destroying the earth or whatever, or he, this evil ruler of the earth, it kind of goes against what maybe, like you said, new messages he's trying to project that maybe just don't align with what he initially started years ago, which is already like 15 years ago version of himself. So maybe that's it, who knows. And he's also talked about like he's felt it's very limiting. Let me just keep going with these slides because now we're never going to get through the whole thing.
I mean, can you imagine like a 40-year-old still acting like his 20-year-old self? It's like you see that and you think, wow, midlife crisis. No.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's been bands that have been able to take, that darker or satanic theme and really run with it for like albums and albums. But he has explained, I believe, in an interview, or like he's almost like you could only really use that thing for like 1 or 2 albums, and then you kind of get old. Like you're kind of just doing the same thing, and he wants to just keep having something fresh to say, and not. There's only so many songs you can make about Satan and potentially coming back and ruling the earth.
Before sounding repetitive. And I mean, so for example, take Slayer. I'm sorry, I like Slayer. I like some Slayer songs, but it's always been the same since their beginning. It's always the same theme, same everything. So I cannot fully be like, oh, I love Slayer because they're so original. I'm sorry, they're not that original. And I like original personally.
I think it's the danger of starting a themed band.
Yeah.
Because the theme of Ghost when it first came about was the Catholic Church, but Satan.
Yes.
So it was heavy in that for, I'd say, like the first 2, and then starting with Meliora, it started to deviate far more. Like it was already deviating a little before, but now it was going its own way, as it should have been. But now it's, I feel like for Ghost especially, it's hard to deviate so hard when your iconography is an upside down cross.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly said.
Yeah.
It's basically like you said, it was starting a themed band, but then wanting to have other things to say. Because then it's like you said, it's just like you have these visuals that were for a theme that where you started here, but now the messages that you're conveying over here just kind of doesn't match the continued visuals. And I guess that's what it is. He now is like not really wanting it to stick to a theme. He kind of just wants to do the music and write songs that he wants to do, which is his prerogative. Like it's his band. And I think that's also why it changes so much, because he kind of has he's not, it's not up to a committee of like the usual other bands, like 4 different band members, and maybe 3 out of the 4 would be like, no, let's keep it in this satanic theme, and then he kind of had to cave into what they want. But it's kind of, it's like however he's evolving or what he wants to say is what the albums keep saying and portraying.
I think that's always been a thing with Tobias, because obviously he was in things like Uncle Conkle, and then Repugnant, and then Subvision, which are very different. All like you can't exactly put a Repugnant song like Draped in Cenicloth next to I was going to say a Subvision song like Room 311 and be like, these are the same. This is the same dude. So I think Ghost is just the personification of having, obviously it's his most successful work. But as he got older, it's just this need to change, to evolve. Because it's like, as you said, Ghoul, with like bands like Slayer and a 40-year-old acting like his 20-year-old self, like you've got to change, you've got to move with the time, and that's what Tobias has been saying a lot in interviews recently. Like this growth.
Yeah, and like musically, his tastes always seem to vary. There's this one playlist on Spotify. I don't know if anyone knew about it, but it was a playlist, I guess, that he made during some Spotify interview event or something. And the music, it's like there's songs that he's picked out, and it's like it's so different. It's a really good playlist. I listened to it, and his taste is extremely eclectic.
Yeah.
So there, that maybe that's why he is the way he is. Like he experiments, and that's who he is. And I mean, that's good.
Link, or it didn't happen.
Like,
But yeah. So I guess in terms of the whole, to put a pin in the whole Satan thing, I guess we won't have to keep harping on it. But those are our different opinions. We'll never fully know 100%. It could be, the more mainstream they get, the more they got to basically walk it back. His personal interest changing, whereas it started more of like a certain theme, like Kane said. There's so many, and it can be a mixture, a little bit of all of it. That just at the end gives you what they are today, which is still something that's still really good, and it still works surprisingly.
And the Satan aspect is still there, just more vague and
Just
more
more
like
subtle.
as Kevin _96 there. Like it's definitely still there, but it's just more hints. Devil's in the details.
There you go. That's
Very
perfectly
subtle.
said. Yeah. And then, so back here to this comic, in this circus.
Oh yeah, the comic.
Yeah, right, the comic. This is where he was never named in the whole second issue, but we assume, we correctly assumed this was obviously a young Nil.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this is where they met, and he turns out to be one of the brothers of Marika. So we're like, oh, that whole brothers thing, maybe it could be, because all of a sudden, maybe her and her brothers are going to be a big important part of the clergy and its origin. And as we've seen in the most recent chapters, she's now a main character. It's true.
It's Copia's mum.
Yep.
Would that make him Copia Saltarian when he was young?
Like if they really went all the way, then yeah, I guess that would have been like if they had given him their last name, or I don't know if they were really acting like if they had fully adopted or taken him in, or how that worked out really.
He calls Marika mum in the last comic.
And you see one of his other brothers, which I'm like, I don't know who, if you were one of the papas or where the heck you were
That's
from.
Primo getting shot out of a cannon. It knocked out all of his hair. That's why he's bald.
Oh god. Yeah, and then she takes up this human cannonball thing. I guess that was her, eventual act in the circus, which is why we got that cover that looked like she was like freaking Wonder Woman or something, which is still a pretty cool cover.
It is.
But yeah, so that's what happens. She becomes the human cannonball, I believe, something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously none of this is super interesting when it comes to the grand scheme thing of like ghosts. They're just like finer little details. You're like, okay, it's just filling out her time in the circus, her slowly falling for Nil, their continuous like flirting, and then eventually all hell breaks loose. You start seeing shadowy figures following her in the background of these panels, like they're at the bottom right. You see them there, fucking there.
There's a fucking bear there.
And then they said, "Fuck this human cannonball girl," and then it just fucking I'm gonna wreck it. And then they just fucking lit it up on fire. And then she's like, "Who did this?" And then he left a calling card, "Manifest." And she's like, "Ah," and that was it. Then we knew who did it. She's like, "I need to go back." And then look at that shot. They're like, "Well, let's stand right here for a second. Just pose right here."
Go Aura Farm real quick. My dad just died. Time to Aura Farm.
But me and you, let's just stand over here like we're almost one being. Like, just fucking cool right here. Silhouette, bro. You got it? You got it? Okay.
America's right there grieving, but hold on. I feel cool right now.
Oh God, he's like, just hold on. I'm trying to. Here's the pose. This is it.
Oh yeah, I feel like Edward from Twilight. Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys.
Hey. We're trying to find, we're trying to find the joy where we can, the humor where we can, in death. So yeah, they lose, and she's like, "I gotta go back to America." I'll come with you.
America, South
So yeah, they go back to America. What happened there? He's driving with the top down, and the next panel, she's like, "No, I'm driving with the top down." Okay, I never even noticed that. Like, why did they change?
I will say I do like the relationship building between
Yes.
Sister and Nil. I feel like that was done pretty well,
Maybe they're just
especially in this issue.
Oh, when Historia asked about the no, she's driving. If you notice in the background, the scenery changed. So maybe he got tired and she took over.
I think so. Like on the journey.
Yeah.
And he looked
He is
worried.
worried.
Like, yeah, I shouldn't have let her drive.
Isn't that every man?
Please slow down, sister.
Yeah.
Oh my
Jesus Christ.
We do know that she does crash cars, so
That's true. That is so true.
So then, so they come to the U.S. He gets. I still want to know. We never found out who this band was,
no,
right?
he said it was the Beatles.
Yeah,
it was the biggest band at that time.
Oh, at that
heavily,
time.
heavily hinted to be the Beatles.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Brits invade once more, my people.
God. But yeah, they have a little. Yeah, he comes home with that. They have a little room escapade. Then they're going to the concert, but they keep getting all these flyers, or they keep seeing all these flyers about the Manifest Church, and apparently, she couldn't just wait till after the concert to start this her vendetta that she had to start. I could not understand this.
Me neither.
He's serving right there. I think well, hold on. I'll get there eventually. In a comic with more time, or a story with more time, I feel like this could have been built up as like she's been feeling the need to go for a while, but that pamphlet broke the camel's back. I feel like it's a big problem with the fact that this comic is far too short. Too short.
Could have easily been a 6-issue run. Like, give it a half a year run, 2 more issues where you could have extended certain scenes here and there. Because it was just like you said here, like, all she kind of did was see on the left page. She kind of saw it there, like, oh, what the hell? But never, like, she didn't dive in, like, oh, man, like, this is, I might have to, whatever, tackle this thing. Whereas
showing when the shadows are still
saw another one, and then just like, oh, okay, the signs really are here that I need to do this. But it's just like, I was with him. I'm like, right now? Like,
this is more important than those British twinks, I'm afraid.
Oh my God.
He's the Beatles. Can we not? Look, I'll do it with you tomorrow. But can we? I bought the tickets. Can we just? You don't know what I had to do to get these tickets. Can we just go to it and then we'll start it tomorrow? And then I didn't understand. No, I see right now.
Landon is going to be there, please.
Oh my God. Oh.
I don't know what went through her head. I wouldn't have passed up on a concert to do that. I would have been like, y'all can wait. Just
use
2 hours.
The concert to get you hyped. Like, use the energy from the concert. You're like, now I'm fucking ready. Even though it's the Beatles, I'm like,
yes, the music to kill people to. Close your eyes and I'll miss you tomorrow.
Oh my God. Oh.
I think she knew. She's like, no, they're gonna freaking put me down.
Nothing like the call to death than Paul McCartney.
She even plays it like as she's walking up to somebody she's gonna stab. Like, the Beatles are playing. That's the last thing you're gonna hear. You don't want to hear Paul. If you start hearing Paul, you better watch your back.
She hears John Lennon in her head. Kill him now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, after listening to Hey Jude, I wouldn't feel like killing anyone.
No, she's like, no, I would forgive him after going to, you know what? So maybe she had a point.
Maybe.
I think she's come out of that concert change. You know what? Maybe he ain't so bad.
He only killed my adopted family and my sisters. Hey Jude, really cool. I might forgive him.
Oh God. But anyways, so they kind of part ways, and this is where they kind of split for a while. She's like, well, I'm gonna go. I gotta yeah, I got to be the Timu Punisher, from Marvel, and you got to. I don't know what the hell you got to do to get some inspiration for how to be a frontman, and maybe we'll reconvene if it was meant to be. He's like, you couldn't have told me this when I was still in Europe. Like, that was the other fucked up part. He's like, you probably all the way here. But anyways, then yeah, she starts her little thing. She goes back to the manifest, and then she sees that they had another daughter, right, in the intervening time, or what the heck is? How much time passed?
I mean,
Well, she went from being like a kid to a teenager. Well, an adult, really.
Okay.
If she's able to travel to America from Europe. So
maybe like
a
5 or 6
decent amount.
years.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Okay. Oh yeah, because we went from the 50s to the 60s. So you're right. So so she sees like her stepfather and her biological mother now have like another kid, and she gets more determined than ever to. And then she starts seeing like the shady business they got going on here, where they're bringing in Winona Ryder to the freaking church, and it seems like
Lydia.
yeah, Lydia from freaking
Lydia D.
Beetlejuice. Oh god, and this is where that whole thing starts, where she infiltrates with an umbrella.
Reading this live was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, we're not reading it anymore. Yeah, we just look at the pretty pictures.
I'm so happy to read Sister Imperator with my friend Ghost Historia. Oh, I have to read a rapist. Wonderful.
But we stop it. But she stops it, even though she contemplates like it's continuing to happen. And it's like, bro, just make your move.
Now on this one where it says "turn it, shut it," I was like, "What is he?" She's saying "turn it," he's saying "shut it." Like, okay, I guess he means shut her mouth. But for a while, I was like, "What?" And what does she want? What does she want him to turn?
We're over here like contemplating, like, why is it not more satanic? You're like, what is turn it, shut it, bop it, hit, twist it? What is happening? Oh god. But then you get that bad. She finally makes her move. You get this badass silhouette once again. She's like, we learned how to pose in Europe, and fucking badass pose right there. Because an umbrella feels like this Watchmen-esque, like just huge splash of blood.
I mean, she would have stabbed him with a tip. That would have been, bloodbath worthy.
Yeah, you just got the wooden handle, like if it's fucking the hook hand from fucking I Know What You Did Last Summer or something.
Yeah.
Kane's like, I don't even know what to contribute right here.
I was just gonna say, this was cool. This was cool to see. I really enjoyed the comic up until this point. Oh, Kevin says the times. By the time Sister left home in 1958, when she reached the church, it's 1964. So 6 years, as you said, Jerry. You were right on it.
Sweet. And sour. Awesome. So yeah, I was like 5 or 6 years because that girl, her half sister, I guess at this point, looked like she was around 5 or 6 right there. So that makes sense. I've written a timeline down. Kevin says I've written a timeline down for the entire comic except for issue 4. I haven't written it down.
See, nobody likes issue 4.
No, it just kills your momentum. You're like, I'm going, and then you're gone.
I will say it's very cool you're writing a timeline down, Kevin, because that's something I did forget to do, which is funny as the ghost timeline guy.
Well, because it's changing out so much. Like, I feel bad for you. Like literally, you have to redo a whole entire. Like, what is the lore now? Please make another video and tell me.
I'm rebranding my channel is what's gonna happen.
Oh my god. You're like, I cannot do like them and start with the theme, but because I want to branch out.
I make Big Top Burger videos now.
Oh my god. The issue 4 just broke Kane.
Kevin says follow up 1956 is when she ran away. Thank you, Kevin.
Okay, nice. Okay, so that was even longer. That was what, like 8 years then had
8.
passed or
Yes.
something like that. So yeah, I mean, I guess that still kind of works. They probably waited a year or two to have that other girl.
Yeah.
I think I prefer Chronicle's timeline. I think I prefer Chronicle's headcanon to the real canon at this point. Holy crap. All right, let's
I
continue.
have so many headcanons and fan fictions that don't work anymore. That's a lie.
They just had
They
to
can work
ruin it.
for you.
That's true.
Ooh, and then we got the super promising, like, Dance Macabre. We're like, oh, this is gonna be sick. And
Eyes bulging out of my sockets.
I like this. I was like, oh, this is like the real version. And the video we saw was like I forgot how we explained it. It was like,
That it was like they told the story, like
yeah,
the story was
it
told
was
to Copia or something, or he was imagining it.
Because it was so
exactly.
80s inspired, that's how
Yeah.
Copia imagined Sister and Neil met.
Yeah.
Because he would have been growing up during the 80s and absorbed all that stuff.
Yeah, which that does work. So that headcanon like really does work to kind of explain it. And let's see, and then
And I think it still does because they show so little of Dance Macabre.
yeah. Oh, and then you get like, I was like,
yeah,
ooh,
vampires.
like the vampire thing, like what's happening, and then you do see him in the video, but like the
goat
silhouetted person with like the goat mask or head. So I'm like, ooh, Satan aspects, and then it never
delves into
done
that.
it again. So I'm like, can I get a comic about whoever that character is?
Why did they eat him?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where did the blood in the blood fountain come from?
See, in the left panel, she's down in a different position. But then they bring him down and then do that, where I was like, oh wait, oh, like, please, we don't need to see the next panel of that. But then no, it becomes them just like biting at his neck like vampires. So like you said, what is going on here? And now the silhouetted person's like, yes, eat this guy.
He's doing the opus pose.
Yeah, and then see, that's the stuff we want. And we got two little panels of it. And then they're like, no, what you want is to be in a hotel room.
Oh, this. I'm sorry, you're saying. I'm sorry, you're saying.
Okay, go. Maybe go back right here.
Okay, so I thought the eye was genetic. I said that so boldly in my video. Explain to me why the fuck it's a contact lens now. Please explain that to me. Like
Is that what it is now? I don't even know what it is now. Is it a contact?
When he's in costume, he has the white eye, kind of. The art really isn't clear, which you think it would be, considering that's like the Papa's whole deal. But when he's out of it, his eyes are both the same color. And when you see grown-up Copia later on, he has two blue eyes, which also doesn't make sense because Copia's normal eye is like green. I have issues with the art in this comic.
Oh god.
Anyways.
Somebody once mentioned that they felt like it was done through AI, and now I wonder too.
No, I mean, I want to say that because I did, like, I had exchanged a message with the artist, and he was a very nice guy. So I do not want to, I do not want to, put out there that he used AI, because I have seen like the different stages of his art, where like here's the outline, the very sketch, and then how he, then it gets inked and then colored. Yeah. So.
And it's very possible that because of that, like in later stages, the art turns out not as he originally envisioned because you have to ink it, illustrate it, print it, then the actual words have to go on, it has to be put in the panels.
Yeah.
All number of things can happen. I don't think he's using AI, but I do have my own problems with the art, but not the artist, as he does seem like a good guy. And If he ever wants to come on any show with Historia, my views are my own. And Historia is separate from me.
Like, let's not scare anybody off.
I didn't even know about any of that, so I'm like, that's why I was just like, I wonder when that one person.
It's a contact there.
Okay,
in the bottom left.
You're right. Like that one where it's a close up on the face. Like, yeah, you can like barely tell, But
It's
yeah, you're right.
definitely whiter. It's still
It's a
blue.
little white, yeah, a little whiter, but it's not like 100%. Like
And when you see him later on, they're both the same color. But Copia, before he was Papa, had that white eye. So is it not genetic? He didn't even know he was Nil's son at that point.
And then how can you not know you're somebody's progeny if you're like one of the only people that has the one eye, just like that one person?
Yeah, but to be honest, Copia is really dumb.
oh my god.
I love him, but he's not the smartest tool in the show.
You know what? You're right. I was giving him a little too much credit.
Yeah.
But he's a sweetheart.
He is. I love him.
But
he's the only Papa I have a cosplay of, so I can't judge him too harshly.
Oh, here's where we get the origin of the band, right? It's her basically saying like, so it was her idea, and she was kind of combining like the stagecraft and stuff, that the theatrics that she kind of got picked up from like the circus aspect, and then I guess her love of music and how she feels, like music is powerful and things of that sort, and kind of just mix it together. I'm remembering that right?
Yeah, like using it as a tool, an anti-authoritarian tool.
Okay.
Kevin has put forward an interesting hypothesis about the comic and why things don't add up. I think it's supposed to be like this on purpose, because Sister is an unreliable narrator, as I talked about, because Sister didn't fully retell her past to the interviewer, which honestly, with what she says to the interviewer in issue 4 especially, like, did you think this story would have an end? It does make sense that she did omit or lie about some things.
That's definitely possible, but the only thing I ask myself is like, then what was the
and if you don't like the comics, it doesn't matter.
If you were just gonna make this unreliable narrator thing like a thing, then why am I investing in something that's basically not told correctly? So it's like, what is the real thing?
I actually have a counterpoint to you.
Oh Lord.
The discourse, it begins right here, right now. That's told through an unreliable narrator. Copia sees Sister as perfectly healthy whenever he's not looking at her, she is like hooked up to all sorts of medical gear. So I think the problem isn't the unreliable narrator aspect, it's the fact that the story's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the big thing. I think it's a cool idea to have like unreliable narration and the truth is somewhere in the middle.
It could be executed, like you said, a lot better. They did a lot better job, like you said, with Right Here, Right Now. Where I had no problems with that. That actually worked out really well. Maybe there was just maybe not. It wasn't too hands on, because I never brought it up, but I meant to, like, at some point. What's that? The fanzine is how do you say it? The Goulet, the Goots or Gonst?
Gonst fanzine.
Gonst fanzine. They had one issue where they got to interview the artist of this series and the writer. Ooh. And the writer pretty much says like Tobias was like almost not involved at all. Like he obviously, like, the story and stuff came from him, but it wasn't like she was able to continue a back and forth discussion with him. It was kind of like, this is the assignment, go do it. If anything, like, she maybe talked to like another person in between them because he was like busy. So I'm like, does this have to do with the fact that he didn't have, like, he wasn't as hands-on as he was with something maybe like Right Here, Right Now? You know?
Oh, that's true.
So maybe like somewhere in there it got lost in translation of too many other cooks, too many other chefs cooking in the kitchen. Who knows?
It's definitely possible, but at the same time, then it's like, then why should I be invested in the law? If it's just like subject to this game of telephone.
Yeah, and it still did originate from him. It's like, I guess unless we see the original, his original writing or his original notes, we can't really tell, like, so this is 100% from him, but maybe this came from the writer. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard to really.
He just likes to keep people on their toes, I think.
keep
Yeah,
it
You know,
moving.
Mr. Laura,
gives you a little bit just to
He
kind of
scares me.
hook you, and then like he's like, all right, you're on your own. You can interpret it as you will.
I think Tobias Forge just hates me personally at this point, so I'm not really sure.
I did like the visuals of finally seeing like a young Nil in like full costume,
Yeah.
and seeing them perform right up there with like the Nameless Ghouls, the old, that old logo.
Plastic helmets. Oh, mask,
Yeah.
sorry. Party City.
And the little thing where like he would come off stage and he wouldn't see sister, and she's over here like, oh my god, this whole thing that she went on, I think got a little ridiculous, and it didn't start.
Yeah.
But like they almost made her like a freaking, like a comic
Vigilante.
book, yeah, like a vigilante, like he's saying, like freaking in Punisher. Like, what is happening?
It's also weird because like she straight up beat up a woman in the music video. So it's
Just
weird to go from like
checking out.
this,
Yeah,
protector of women
But
and
she
stuff,
was
which is a cool
jealous,
character,
though.
to yeah, but then it calls into question like her entire moral code of like I
so
will
it's like,
help
so
protect
obviously
women
you're
as
not
much as I
somebody.
can.
Plus, the
He's,
chick was
um,
smoking next to her, and she was pregnant. So
She
maybe
didn't
she's
know she
very
She
was
wasn't
protective.
pregnant. She wasn't pregnant. She was later that night, but not at that point.
Oh, are you sure?
I
Yeah,
feel like because she touched her
I think she
belly.
knew. It was just very, very early. But
that
I
was
think she
retconned.
knew. Oh, it was retconned?
Yeah, okay. It's
God, I
time
don't
to
even know all
it's
the
time to showcase my full hyperfixation of this band. Okay, so
Go for it.
Kiss the Go-Go happens, that music video. She beats that woman, and then she sees Neil kiss those two. On stage, she runs away, and then the Mary on a Cross music video happens where she's running, and then in the graveyard, where I was like, "Oh look, there's a graveyard that says Father something," and it's like that didn't
Yeah.
fucking matter apparently. She has coitus with Nil in the middle of a pentagram in a coffin, which, if you believe in Antichrist theory, means that she was having sex with Nil to potentially birth the Antichrist, which is either Copia or Perpetua or both of them, and is a very not sacrificial, ritualistic way of doing that. And then they kept doing that until they ended up in the Bates Motel.
Right.
And then she was pregnant, and that's why she just kind of left Nil, because she got
I mean,
got
maybe
that.
she had a premonition that she would be pregnant or
I mean, but
something.
do you really, can you really put stock in the Scooby Doo type cartoon music video to
Yes,
be the exact way that things happened? Maybe that was another
it tells a more cohesive story than what happens here. So yes,
Dude,
Yeah.
I
I agree
was
with
hoping?
Kane.
I was hoping, because the artist they got, the book that he just came off of before he did this, was he was doing
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo and Batman. And it was all in that Scooby-Doo art style. I was like, oh, they're going to have it match the art style of the two music videos. That would have been
It's
so
a missed
much
opportunity, in my opinion. I thought they would have done that because that would have been really cool.
Like, can you imagine the picture being, oh, Tobias, you want this artist because he's gonna match your Scooby? No, no.
We're gonna go with. I don't want to say anything mean about this artist, this art style in particularly for this comic. But it looks generic in comparison to what it could have been.
Yes, because he does a very good imitation of that Scooby-Doo Hanna-Barbera style, where I'm like, that would have fit these characters so much better.
yeah.
You would have had the visual continuity from the music videos. I was like, oh, they're gonna do that. This is gonna be awesome. No, I was like, why? Because maybe he didn't have too much practice. Maybe, I don't know what other series he's done on like the more realistic style, and he was just more in that exaggerated cartoon style. So, man, I wish they would have done that. It would have been so much better.
Kevin brought up another point. It says, did y'all forget about the Mariana Cross lyric video? She's crying on her way to the whiskey a go-go. She was pregnant and then ending
up
getting pregnant again.
Wait, what?
Because of the satanic circle.
I know. Well, what do you mean pregnant again? You can't get pregnant again. Like she was already gonna have one baby, but because they did it again, all of a sudden, like another one got in there.
And then one.
Well,
is a
I mean, it is
twin.
possible biologically. You can be pregnant with one child and then get pregnant again while that baby's in utero. It is very rare. It is very rare, but it can happen.
Oh my God, Kevin's like, yes, you can. Hey, Kevin 96 says it.
You know,
And
so
if
far
Sean
Kevin has been the
Fontan-
real.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
I admittedly, I'm
No,
very
if you-
stupid.
A person
It
says
works
it
if
only
you're a
works if you're a cat. No, it works if you're a cat from a different father. We're saying like the same father could still impregnate you again if another ovum is released and that ovum gets fertilized.
Oh gosh. Okay, well, I'm not gonna look this up because I don't really want to continue down this.
Guys, they're talking about sex. I'm scared.
You're freaking throwing out these freaking words like they're damn Skittles. Like I'm good, bro.
Oh,
I'm not
I
gonna
hardly
eat
even know him.
ovum and that's just like all right, bro.
Ovum is just another word for egg.
You say egg. I don't need
I'm
another word.
sorry,
for
I
this.
think
Just
I
say the
think in
word.
scientific terms. I'm sorry.
Okay, Bill Nye, the science
Oh,
guy. Oh God. Pregnant with Copia, then pregnant with Perpetua because of the satanic circle. All right, you guys need to stop thinking about ovums. Can we get back to the can we get back to the horrible comic at hand?
So is Copia like that because Sister inhaled too much smoke while she had it?
Maybe. See, maybe that's why she punched that lady, because she knew she was inhaling the smoke, and it wasn't just a cigarette; it was something else. It was a little bit of devil's lettuce.
Oh my God.
We know.
My uncles are twins, but different eggs. Fraternal.
I'm sorry for confusing y'all.
No, I'm not
This
confused.
reads really
I'm
good.
good. It's just she's over here like.
Kevin, I appreciate everything you're saying in the chat right now.
I appreciate everything everyone's saying. I'm
I
sorry.
appreciate everything.
I love everyone here.
Yes, so much love.
Oh God.
Historian agrees he hates you. Disagree. Sorry, you heard that? You heard that? Oh God, he's turning.
just to all this to say, yes, I believe Scooby-Doo art style would have been. If I could talk about ovum, like, oh my God.
Like Zoinks, it's a different thing.
Zoinks, she's talking about ovums. Oh my God. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't.
Y'all are killing me. Stop.
Oh God.
We need to go away for another 4 weeks. This is too much.
This is what happens when you stay away for 4 weeks, really.
All this
Everything goes to
energy.
shit, including the
I'm
comic.
so hyped up, like if I would have went to a Beatles concert. I'm like the Shia LaBeouf, like just do it.
Yeah, you know what hypes me up? John Lennon. Thanks, Ringo.
Oh my God. All right, let's continue. Holy.
It's a different word for egg, you know.
Oh my God.
Oh, y'all are killing me.
We need
Hey,
to
speaking
take
of Beatles, didn't I just tell you, Ghoul, recently that I had that shirt idea of like
Oh,
the Abbey,
that's right.
the scene of the Beatles, the cover of them walking by Abbey Road, but it being the Papas. I told you, I was like, oh, we'll make an awesome shirt.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Little did I know it would lead to this Beatles talk.
Oh,
wow. In more ways than one.
Yeah, but if there's 4 Beatles, who would be the 5th one? Like, because there's 5 Papas.
I know. You just have to add another figure on.
Perpetua's crawling out of a sewer grate.
He could just be in the Perpetua can just be in the background observing them.
He's already on the other side of the street. He's just watching everybody else like
exactly.
Take too long.
Hurry up.
He could be in a car. waiting for them to just
Where's
cross.
Nil? And then where's Nil?
No.
Nil
Yeah.
and Sister are chilling in the back seat in ghost form.
The backseat of a car
I
all
needed
the way in the
to
distance.
draw up. I needed her to draw up, like that famous GTA 6 image that it's like that girl.
Yes.
They're sitting on the car and she's kind of like holding on to the guy in front of her. I needed that, but it to be Sister hanging on to Nil, the young versions of them. But it's on that car from like the Mariana Cross video, like that red car that they have right there. See, all these ideas. But
Kevin is
saying-
so on top of this stuff.
what
He's
happened?
like, he's saying, also, if you do the math, Copia's and Perpetua's birthday is June 20th, 1970. So then Bar's
Kevin,
like,
here right now.
right here, right now's birthday.
I think
And
this
Kevin's
is
like,
Tobias.
yes. Wow.
I said I think he's Tobias, and he's like, Tobias did that on purpose. Yeah, you would know.
Yeah.
I think this is Toby infiltrating our stream.
Yes.
I think
Kevin
he
is
knows all
Tobias.
the facts. Yeah. See, I'm actually Tobias Forge, guys.
Oh man.
I knew it. Why do you hate me so much?
Oh my god.
You know I love you so much, but you're confusing the shit out of us.
Hello, everyone. Watch this like we don't believe it, but it really is Tobias, like Throne Forge's burner account.
No, I don't think he would do that. I mean, he barely uses his phone or goes on social media, as he said, I guess. Unless he is.
But he's been waiting for Chronicle and Historia to come back. Okay.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
After every set list, like, did they make another video yet?
Oh, wait till Tobias finds out I'm coming back with a. I almost spoiled the fucking secret project I'm doing. Never mind. Ignore me. A Chronicle versus Kevin fight. We might.
I'm hopping into sales.
Devil!
Hope y'all have fun. Smooches.
Thanks,
Oh, is
Dev.
that your bestie, Kane?
My bestie, yeah.
Oh, nice. I knew it wasn't Ghouls.
Heart hands, heart hands. Ghoul is also my bestie, excuse you.
Oh, am I? Oh, that's so sweet. I did not know that.
I'm the odd man. I'm like Ringo.
Yes, you don't have any besties.
It's okay.
You don't get one.
Whoa, we're
Kane
on
is
his
my
channel.
bestie.
First off, we need.
All right. So where were we in this comic? She's beating people up, killing people, and he's like, "What are you?" He's like seducing other women, and he's like calling them like what does he say? Like her name.
Yeah.
They're like, "What you call me?" And then she's pissed off because she sees him kissing somebody else. But it's like, no, I'm just thinking of you. Then they go back to the room. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And so that's what's going on there. And yeah, as he's touring around, she's using that to, tour around and become. And then this one right here, like, really, a gun was really necessary in that bottom middle. Like, you need to gun this guy down.
Yeah, in the street like a fucking dog.
And I think the other guy is the real teacher. And she's like, I'm thinking your job. That's Frank Castle right there. Holy crap. I'm like, okay, guys.
She's taking names and kicking ass.
You what?
I feel like it's better if we ignore the Sister and Punisher plotline. Because it doesn't really go anywhere.
It takes up so much real estate that it's like,
yeah,
who thought of this?
Yeah.
Instead of Vogue, should have keeping it vague. Oh my!
both of his eyes are normal color.
I mean, she has to kick a door down, pretty intense.
I don't know what the hell did
she goes all
Kung your hidden dragon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kung Fu the previous generation.
She's pulling moves that I've only seen in Yakuza Like a Dragon. She's doing horrible things. You did not understand that reference. I heard that chuckle.
That was over her head as Death Stranding was.
Yeah. I just don't know. Why does he have no nipples, by the way?
Because it's AI generated.
She took them.
She took my nipples in the divorce.
Money. And then 1 and 2. These are mine. Now let's see what your girls is.
Sister, please, just one. Leave me with one.
Think of the other women. It's like, what are they gonna do on my chest? They need something. Nibble
He
on
doesn't even
something.
have any chest hair to like cover his lack of nipples. He's bare there.
My abs.
So it makes it more noticeable.
Yeah.
You can though.
Makes you wonder.
Bard just said Chronicle's
Make you wonder
priorities.
what's down there.
Exactly.
Like, she took that too. She's used it to hit this other guy in the face. Look, we're describing it would have been a better comic.
I'm having far more fun right now than I did reading this entire thing.
I know. I'm not gonna lie, it's true.
To replay this and listen to us back. Oh my god. They're like, they're
Oh,
not
my
fair.
dad knows I do this.
Okay. So she basically like really went away,
Fully
and now
left.
she's gonna be pregnant and give birth like on her own. So Neil's not involved he's not in the picture anymore. Her little ghostly
like
sister.
that.
Huh?
The letter there does tie into the Futures of Foreign Land video, which again was the Scooby-Doo style,
Which
Yeah,
they
it
should-
was.
once again,
where
they
we
should have.
see a young Mr. Saltarian.
Yes, you're right. We do. Yeah,
So they should have done it in the Scooby-Doo style.
dude. Even if it literally nothing else changed, but it was just that art style,
I would have appreciated it more.
I would have appreciated. Yeah, you're right. Especially the beginning brutal parts. It would have been like, wow, this is what like a lost gory
Such an
Scooby-Doo.
interesting contrast to have.
Oh man, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
Too late
Really?
now.
Really. And then
That
the
was-
ugliest babies you've
Oh my
ever
god.
seen. Oh my
Wrinkled
God.
old men. Those aren't babies. They're pre-aged. They have eyebrows already.
Yeah, if they would have done the eyebrows a little lighter, they would have been more believable that they were
more
babies.
believable. These are fake babies.
Yeah, they're fake.
It's a doll.
Baby's a hallucination.
they drew doll babies.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
God. Oh
Leave
no,
the
I
babies
was
alone.
coming in and he's like, good evening, guys. He doesn't know
You don't
what
know
is
what's been happening. It's nice to see you though, Ivan.
Nice to see you, Ivan.
Kevin says this is why I said she was already pregnant.
Because he didn't
Yeah.
have nipples? When did Kevin send this?
Oh my god. And back to the
Oh.
nipples.
Always.
Let's see, Bar says Chronicle thinks Tobias hates him. So then
She
Kevin
needed them
said,
for the twins.
Thinks Tobias hates me. Thinks. I know
No, he
it.
knows. See?
Yeah, see, he said, oh wait, sorry, hold on. I hate Chronicle. That's how you really know it is him.
Oh, you. This is going to start a war now.
So anyways, she has the babies. The sisters are like, take them to Marica. And
No,
so
it's
that's-
okay.
she's like, yeah, I'll just drop them off somewhere else. I don't want to deal with these. They're the ugliest
Hey,
I've ever.
to be fair though, when babies are born, they kind of do look like little potatoes. Usually. Adorable little potatoes, but potatoes nonetheless.
My babies were always cute.
I mean, so were mine, but still.
Yeah, mine too, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yours will
You-
too.
You have the little fake babies right now, yeah.
My many sons. And
Oh,
my creatures.
So, yeah, we see here that she drops the kids off. They're gonna. Oh God, one's like already like so serene and like
That's Perpetua. He's chill.
That's Zen.
Oh, he's chill, dude. He's like zen.
He's a little baby genius right there.
Another girl's like,
He's meditating.
You got babies? What about this big old snake I got right here?
Just don't bring it around the babies; it'll eat them.
Yeah. And then yeah, she's off on her. You're
Sarah
getting closer
Connor
to her
adventures.
vigilante. Yeah, she looks like Sarah Connor. Now she's like, I added this armband wife. No fucking reason. It makes me look cool.
She's got bigger bicep, like more toned
Yeah,
biceps.
she fucking worked out.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like you just held the babies for 2 seconds. Now you got guns. But yeah, it's traveling the world. Like yeah, and then killing people. Like what the hell? What just happened? Kate is so disappointed. Like, and then you're gonna kill this homeless man. What did he do?
Yeah, that's what I wonder. But wait, the
Like, I don't know.
homeless guy. Wait,
I don't know what she's like
The
huffing and
homeless-
puffing right next to him.
or maybe that guy behind was gonna hurt the homeless guy because the homeless guy looks shirtless, and the guy she kills is wearing like a shirt and like a little jacket.
I think that dude's just homeless. Like I don't think she was after.
That one's
him.
just homeless. Yeah, and
Yeah,
she's just like, he's like, leave me alone, dude. She's just like huffing like in his ear, like. That's when my son, when he used to speak, he'd like find my face and be like,
She's
could you
scratching the
imagine?
bricks.
Could you imagine, like, hey, can I pop a squat next to you? Sure thing.
and you felt the need like to write these sound of like, why is she doing that?
Why is she scratching the wall?
Look,
Like she's clawing at
look how
it.
much sidewalk you have. You couldn't have huffed and puffed on the other side of the block. Damn, bro. Just, like, leave me be.
He's
But no, I
he's
think
not
it'll
got
be
shoes, and you're taking his piece.
No
Anyways,
shoes, no shirt, no service.
no, but she still gets service. Oh god. Jesus. But yeah, and then these little morbid little kids are like, why don't you kill that one over there? And she's like, all right. And then you start over here, fucking taking the knife out of a person's chest just to defend that woman right there. I'm like, wow.
And also her saying like, showbiz was always the answer all along, and it's like, how did you come to this realization? You gunned a man down in the street 3 weeks ago.
You're right, Kevin. Beatrix.
Fucking she's
Totally.
00 wrong. Like, god damn. Let's see.
Instead of Kill Bill, it's Kill Nil.
Oh man.
Jeez. Let's see. There are bad times, but there's always a good but in the end. Hey, as long as there's a good but in the end, it's all
Everyone
good.
loves a good butt.
Yeah, it's all good. It makes everything better. You see, if that's how the whole comic series would have ended, with the final panel is just one good but, it probably would have. Issue 4 would have been a lot better. Okay, this she's getting so ridiculous. Like, look at that pan. Okay, hold on, we'll get there.
Is it bad that I straight up don't remember these panels that we're seeing? This feels
still the
like
third
new
one, right?
information for me.
4. Yeah, we're in 4 territory.
Oh, okay.
number
I was gonna
4.
say this does not look familiar to me.
So
I read
let's see.
4, and this feels new to me.
So all that
Everyone-
retribution, would you consider it a group effort? Since I'm only reading sort of because Ghoul didn't. The 3 of you did it. In a way, perhaps, but only if you believe in ghosts. Personally, I'm not sure I do. Wait, what? After everything that you've told me, I never said I have all the answers. What am I, a priest? Fair point, but I gotta say those sound like some dark years. And lonely, or no, I wasn't really alone. Let's say lonesome. My sisters lent me purpose, but I craved community. It's not easy to carry all of the world's hurts by yourself. Hell, it's hard enough to carry your own.
Those are some deep words right there, though.
The writing is sometimes pretty good. And I like how the jail cells make a crucifix on her face there, like kinda with her eyes being where the like that's pretty good art with like fun writing.
He forced himself to compliment it in any way. I guess that's pretty good art, and you know,
It's like somebody's twisting his arm.
Just you wait until you have the panel where I have a real complaint about the art, and I'm just going to ask one simple question when we get to it.
what's the deal with canon? All right, so
That's
even
not that
though
one.
I personally deliver vengeance to every man who deserved it, I can make sure that no deserving man or what
Bro,
Oh my
put
God,
both hands on your
don't.
desk.
will be safe. Oh my god.
Hayden, I agree. Hayden says, kind of glad my only interaction with this comic has been through this channel. All these retcons make my head hurt. I know, right? Definitely agree.
Holy crap, look what her one shot did to the car. Or a
It
couple
made it
shots.
explode.
Holy crap.
She's that good.
Well, now she's in her Terminator phase. Look at that. She's Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor.
Come on, get in. Come on, this comic's so good. Come on, read it now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh god,
You guys and your voices, I swear.
It's fun.
I'm not
It
even
is.
trying. I don't give a shit today, bro. But I suck.
After 4 weeks and you're here and you don't give a shit.
We have to talk about Sister Imperator Volume 4. I'm pretty sure he's checked out emotionally, mentally, physically, anyway.
You
He's
know
literally
what? You're right.
totally gonna start disappearing like he got snapped away by Thanos by the time we get to the end of this goddamn thing.
I feel weak talking about this.
Kryptonite, maybe?
And it's not even the hate.
Maybe.
You're like, no.
I'm just fading away.
I devoted my life to that work. I gave it. It's like, who are we? Who is this?
Here's the thing. I was really up for like learning more about Sister Imperator as a character in the world of Ghost, not all just to do with the band Ghost.
Yeah.
Never in a million years would I have guessed that she is Sarah Connor Punisher.
Yeah.
Because
Like-
that's, I don't know. It's, and then she's just like, maybe the music business was the real way to go about this. And it's like, why you've killed a lot of people.
She's a fucking menace. I mean, okay. I'm sure they deserved it, but holy crap! Like that, your body count is just ridiculous. Let's see. For men that you've bagged in different ways. Let's see. I gave everything I had, and still, it was never enough. It didn't inspire. Well, maybe it did inspire terror. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the thrill sometimes. And then Los Angeles. Yeah, that's why she looks like Sarah Connor. That took place in Los Angeles, Terminator 2. It took a while, but eventually I drifted west again. I still loved music. It was the closest thing to communal magic I'd ever found. It took coming back to the City of Dreams to show me how tired I'd become and remind me there was more to life than vengeance. Revenge turned pain into energy, but only music could turn pain into joy. Sometimes that made the pain hurt worse, but it also made it hurt better. Oh my god. Did you write this, Ghoul?
Why? No.
It had been a long time since I had felt much at all. Of course, I knew what I had to do, the one thing I had avoided all these years. My sisters were growing more impatient all the time, but I kept finding ways to put it off. Kane, are you even there anymore?
I think he faded away.
I think he disappeared.
I'm here.
Oh my god. Oh, pobrecito.
Oh, it's little Copia. You know, it's okay because we get to see little baby Copia right there.
Oh,
You know
there you
what?
Aw,
That was fun to see. As much as I'm
How
not fond of
cute.
issue 4, I did like to see little Copia.
Dude, I thought
What's
she
he
was like
doing?
randomly looking. I thought she was creeping on somebody's butt there on the right panel. What the heck? Okay, anyways, back to the left. I know it's been a while. quite a while. See, this time though, I was determined to think things through. I just want to know he's well. I can do what I need to do if I hear that, if I believe it. And then Marika is like, you have always believed this, no? Otherwise, he would not be here while you are there. How was this my life? One set of twins. Oh, sorry.
Bar just asked, "Where's Baby Copia?" In the same panel with Marika. That's a little. He's a toddler now. He's wearing his red. His red. It's not the same one he wears when he's an adult.
His red sweater.
Yeah. I was gonna call it a jumper.
Oh,
and then they don't really explain what happened to the other one, like Perpetua. They don't explain what happened.
He's with
all of a sudden, she's only worried about Copia.
Because Soltarian has him somewhere stashed away.
We straight up don't know where Perpetua is. I don't know how to break this to you. She gave 2 kids to America, and we only know where one is at the end of it.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's like, are my kids okay? Yeah, your kid is okay. Wait.
Little Cardi, he's wonderful. How's the other one?
Yeah, remember you only dropped off one. She's like, fuck, I've done this.
The other one has no name either.
She probably doesn't even remember. She's like, I killed it's been like 50 kills ago. You know what? Maybe it was.
What happened to that one that kept biting people? Oh, Cardi's never done that.
Oh my god. What would I do without you, Marika? Let's see, not again. It hasn't even been 24 hours. Just let me sleep. They were getting more demanding, testing me, always testing, wearing me down. Just trying to do their force push them. Come on, just a few.
It's wearing you too down, sis. Wow, you too.
Let's see. Finally, you win. We'll do it. We'll start today after the sun comes up. Oh Lord. Everybody wake up.
Huh? What?
I'm awake.
I need to do a check.
School.
Gotta check our pulse, make sure we're still here.
Are you gonna need chest compressions?
I'm gonna need chest hair and chest nipples. Or chest compressions.
Chest nipples. What other kind of nipples are there?
Stomach, much like a cow.
This comic is breaking us. Dark Horse, just end it. Ghost doesn't need to make any more comics.
Kill me.
Cut the deal short. I got sweat in I got tears.
That implies the existence of not just nipples. I know.
As akin to a cow.
Maybe back nipples? I don't know.
Oh, don't put that image in my head, Ghoul.
Oh my god. And you know what? I'm sure something like that exists, okay? So
I mean, maybe.
But look where we have to go
somewhere.
Just avoid talking about this damn thing. We're like, is there nipples anywhere else in any other part of the body? Anybody know? Anybody? Okay. Anyways, let's continue. I wanted the future, but first I had to read through this fucking comic book. I had to fight my stepfather's brand of fire with some brimstone of my own. Well, as you can see, we are not a rich parish.
Stop reading like that. You're gonna make me fall asleep.
It's not me.
Read us a bedtime story, dude. It's time.
I only work part-time. We don't have the money for a full-time secretary, let alone 2.
I have an attitude.
She's trying to kind of like infiltrate. She's trying to do a Judith, okay? But yet she still can't stop her tendency, so she's got a man tied up behind the dumpster outside the fucking church.
Freaky.
And she's like screaming like, "Man, where are they?" Oh god. Oh, let's see. If all you care about is the money, the last thing I care about. That's the last thing I care about. Okay. And then, yeah, you see why everybody hates this one already? Like, this is boring. Like, what are we?
Too much talking, not enough action.
And then it's like, this is Ghost. I'm just gonna skip. So we're just gonna go because like she's just talking, and then there you go. She finally like goes to the church again, and now she sees
Oh,
like
but look, there's a little boy with her dad.
and
Or
some
stepdad,
fans were like,
sorry.
"Is this Perpetua?"
I think it is,
It
but
is.
then
It
that
looks like it.
raises because he's wearing the purple, and Kirby was wearing the red, which is his color.
Oh, that's right.
Perpetua's wearing potentially Perpetua's wearing purple. But then how did Marika lose him? So
That's what I'm
like
saying.
that.
He ran away.
So either like
He is 4.
he's like, let me give him. I out of the two, I hate you. Let me give you to the enemy that your mother's trying to take down. Let me give you there, or they're gonna be like the stepfather once again planned a thing in Europe where they kidnapped, the kid, and now they're pretending like it's his.
And
But it's
Marika never brought it up
that's what I'm
because
saying. Like,
I don't
you
know.
never. That's why she was only like, you've only dropped off one kid, right? Remember? Oh my god! So it's just a fucking headache.
It is. I can see that.
Yeah, how she looks in the bottom right panel, like that's collectively just everybody right now. Just head down and just being like, manifest
Sighing.
something good.
You and your puns, I swear.
Oh,
Is this it? Did you wake up?
This is I woke up. This is the thing with the art I have a particular problem with.
Okay,
this
please
panel.
Take over the.
Look on the left side of
Uh-huh.
of the page. What the fuck is happening to the twins' faces? Do you see
What?
that when they're reaching up?
The
Look at their
eyes.
eyes. What's wrong? It's so wrong looking. The one on the left looks like
What?
it doesn't
They're
have any
melting
eyes.
off.
Yeah, it looks like one of those SpongeBob popsicles. And putting that next to like a really well done frame of Sister Imperator, like beneath them, is just so jarring. The art in this comic sometimes goes from like really good to like
Really bad.
weird.
Looks
Yeah,
like the Eddie mascot from like fucking Iron Maiden or something.
yeah.
That's the left one.
Yeah, the
Oh
left.
my-
And then the right one, the eyes are like one's like a little higher up than the other ones.
They
so
are
you're right. It is
for-
like the
For the way that her head is facing, her eyes shouldn't be there. They feel wrong. They feel too low and looking the wrong direction.
yeah. They should be looking straight ahead.
Or just like higher up a little
Yeah.
than straight ahead. It.
Like her, I don't know. Like maybe the forehead. What the hell? Oh my god. That scared me. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, wake up. I've got more sounds I can play.
Oh my god. Bar said the eyes are painted on and they're melting off.
Into a pair of
No, but see,
eyes.
look what it says. She says right there, a new trick to get me to do your bidding. So it's like they're doing it on purpose.
Oh my god.
Just trying to freak her out.
In A.
Oh my god.
I jumped.
So did I, Sean Tonton. So did I.
Sean Tonton. I love that.
Me too.
It's such a fun
It's
name.
fun to say it. Sean
Oh,
Tonton.
God. Okay, anyways.
Even if I kill him, will that be enough?
Sadly, we got a few more slides to go, Kane. I
Really?
swear to God. We're like really losing him. Oh my god.
I need you to know that I went from like being up, like sat up, ready for a Skeletalk after a month. I'm now slouched in my chair. I've had to reposition my mic a few times.
Like, you can go away for another month at this point. I don't care.
Just a month break? That's chump change. I'm going away for another 8.
Another 8 months?
Yeah, another 8-month break. I'm due for one.
Oh
okay,
my
so honestly, I don't even remember what happened in these last pages. It's all a blur.
Oh, Copia calls Marika mum here, and that's cute.
Where is it?
Let's see, he has blue eyes.
Yeah, but his normal eye is green.
Yeah, I know. I know you mentioned that
like,
earlier.
That is... Oh, and Bar points out too, Copia has black hair. Copia has brown hair. He has a fake black wig that we saw in the Doom Call that he never used to look more like a Papa, and that's why he also got the like facial reconstructive thing. Oh my god!
Oh.
I need a nap.
I know we're gonna be ready for we're gonna we're closing in on 2 hours.
I guess I'm the only one like enjoying just being here with everybody.
I'm having a great time being here with everyone. I love the vibe. I'm not a big fan of the comic though.
Let's see. So you figure you get peace by going to jail, because I don't think any of what you've told me will get you out of here. True. So you have remorse for what you've done. Is that what you're saying? Well, I have plenty of remorse, but not for anything I've done. Not in the way you mean, at least. I was called to act. I answered that call, same as my father before me, in a way. But aren't you afraid of the example you've set for your boys? They are no longer mine, but they'll answer their own call to act whenever and however.
She doesn't even know where one of them is.
Comes to them. She's like, boys, why did you?
She's not even worried.
She still doesn't remember. I just hope their fetch isn't wearing skeleton costumes.
Oh, okay.
Like how her twin sisters is, and it's a joke because they look like skeletons there. Yes. Now that's clever if you've ever heard of the band Ghost.
Oh my god, they're completely alone, just like Isabella said he would be finally. So this is like when she's... Wait, what the fuck? I was about to say she was where we started, but no, because she gets caught outside the house.
Oh man.
Oh wait, no, because she does a freaking the second Halloween movie recently of the where she literally kills everybody outside, right? Doesn't she pull like a John Wick? Yeah.
Oh my god.
She bodies everybody that had guns pointed at her. Look at this.
She's just that badass. I mean, gotta face it.
Oh my god.
She's totally Beatrix.
There's a who are you? God damn.
We don't even know her name still, by the way.
I know. They just call her sister. So when Neil was calling all these other women by her name, was he just calling them sister?
But I know she could, give John Wick a run for his freaking money. She's the real ballerina. Oh my god. So she goes in there. So basically, we're leading up to how we started. Let's see.
Hair changes. That's true, Kevin. Hair does change color as well.
Doesn't it normally get darker? I was like blonde when I was a child.
It gets darker.
It just gets darker.
Yeah.
And then it goes white.
God. Anyways, whatever. She attacks this guy. Where's the last one? Is there a last one? Yeah, the very last one. Here we go. She attacks him, but obviously we know she doesn't fully kill him. She winds up in jail, and she gets taken out. And the guy's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And it almost looks like they're gonna make out, but it's money.
I was like, "Are they gonna kiss?"
That's like the big twist ending right there. But yeah, so
at this point, I would have taken it, and I was like, "That's why she doesn't go out with Nihil again." Cool.
Yeah.
At least that's something that pertains to the law.
She would have a thing for his sister.
Yeah. So that's how that ends, and then you get this very last thing here, which who knows what the heck is teasing. We'll just leave you to contemplate what you've learned. It's like what they're saying that to us, like, here, contemplate what you've learned throughout these 4 issues. Maybe you can figure how they knew I was coming. For the life of me, I can't parse that. Couldn't be Isabella. Why would she do that? And
then we see the stepfather's family going through in the hospital, including what's most likely Perpetua. And the stepfather says, "It's your empire. Now take your turn." Which, like, so is Perpetua like a traitor?
Yeah. So like, if that's Perpetua, what does that indicate? Is there and who's the older kid, because people are like, who is this
Didn't
teasing?
they have
like,
a daughter too? Like, what happened to the
Yeah.
daughter?
Well, you know what people were saying? They're like, the daughter is Judith that we're seeing in these chapters. And I'm like, bro, your
But
math
Judith is
ain't
so
mathing.
young.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, come on, guys. Like,
Judith is in her
Judith-
20s.
that would,
Yeah.
this
20.
is like the 70s, bro. Like, what? And they're like, this is Father DeFranc or whatever. What was his name?
DeFroke.
Jim DeFrock.
Jim
DeFrock.
DeFranc.
The frog.
Like, bro, what the
The
fuck?
frog.
Like, it's
It
not,
would be interesting.
but
in a
2
way.
decades. Like, I mean, unless you think the older one here could be him, I guess.
It could be DeFrock, and he just like I guess in law ages pretty well.
Yeah, I agree, Eddie. It seems like it was rushed.
Yeah, and especially like I really don't like open-ended things where it just seems like it's leading you to make the answer. Not that it feels like an answer's there. It's just giving you a bunch of things that it feels like they couldn't write a way out of. And they're like, well, looks like you'll have to figure it out. And it's like, okay, but where's the next issue? Where's the next issue that'll help, like, put anything into place?
It doesn't even say the end.
You know what I'm wondering? No, like.
Oh yeah, this is the last panel, by the way, Ghoul.
Yeah,
Oh.
it doesn't even say
This
like
is
the
it.
end or nothing.
Not like there should be a little the end at the bottom, but maybe because he's gonna continue it. Maybe they're already working on the other
Please
ones.
no, I will not.
I mean, I'm curious because what if? Just big fat what if?
I would rather they do a 7-hour explanation dump in a chapter where it's just Tobias talking at the camera with lazy makeup done in the
Deadpan eyes.
Perpetua mask. Yeah, I would much rather that than this comic. I'll save my thoughts until we're fully.
I mean, I'd probably get it just for collectible sake.
I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, I'll read it,
but maybe it will redeem itself someday. Someday, maybe I'm just having too much hope for it. I don't know.
Bar says, "Do you mean an interview?" No, I mean Perpetua is sat down staring at the camera and is just talking for 7 hours, and that's the next chapter. I would much rather have that. And there's like an hour of dead silence, and like a fly buzzes in his eye and falls away. I would much rather that than another comic, quite frankly.
I don't know. I just don't want to hate it. I don't want to hate it. So.
I know you love Ghost so much, and like everybody here loves Ghost.
That's why we're here.
I think we can admit, like, this just wasn't it. Like,
being a fan of something doesn't mean you have to love everything about it. I feel like you are blindly going through like a band or anything of media's thing, and you feel like you have to like it simply because it's from that band. That's not being a fan of the work.
True.
That's being a fan of the idea of the work.
Yeah, that's true.
And
you don't have to love everything.
This guy stinks.
I like how you had these sound bites he made because he knew
he knew he was gonna use them.
Oh my god. Yeah. I don't even want to know that by the time that they got to issue 4, what the sales of this looks like. I believe this fell off a fucking cliff.
I believe it sold well, though, well enough to probably contribute to another run.
Because everybody had high hopes, but now what if
I have the special edition? That's like the red foil variant. I have it framed.
Oh, that's nice.
It's really cool, but at the same time, it's Sister Imperator.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god. All right, I'm taking this off the screen. He's looking like I'm feeling by the end of this 4-issue run.
Kind of looking like Bill Murray right there.
Oh my god. Oh, well, thank you. I'd rather look at this.
Aw.
Let me put an animated background so everything's not so sterile. There we go.
Sterile.
Nice.
Oh, there we go.
I like looking at that foggy mist thing.
I believe that's the one contribution I've made to this show. I was like, hey, what about like a moving fog in the background? And Historia found it. And I've done nothing else since then.
That's beautiful. You also contributed to the name Skeletalk.
Yeah, you actually came
Well,
up
I
with the
butchered
entire
it.
name. Yeah.
Slelatalk.
Skeletalk.
You said it wrong once and you've never lived it down.
I know.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, Bar. When I was trying to put up my profile picture, I couldn't find the original one, and I accidentally clicked on this one thinking it was the original one. So, but then I was like, I can't change it anymore.
Uh-oh. You're putting forth AI art.
No, it was just a picture I had saved from before. Why? Do you hate it, Bar? Do you hate it?
Do you hate it like we hate Sister Imperator comic?
I knew that was
I
coming.
want somebody to hate me like I hate this comic book.
I agree,
my
Gigi.
review,
It
my
it does
thoughts
feel like a car wreck.
as I feel like I'm in a car wreck. My thoughts on this comic is I'm really excited for the next
over?
chapter of the Brothers Fall. The Brothers Fall is really well written. I'm enjoying my time with it so far. It's a shame that Ghost never made a book of any kind. So Johnny Bush had to step in.
But it's awesome though that he did.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine he hadn't. I cannot.
Yeah. It'd almost be like Ghost would try to make a book and it really, really didn't go well. I don't know, that'd be crazy.
Well, they would be retconning the book you just read last time. So it's like every book, it's like a new. It's like, oh, come on, bro, come on. No.
Crowbar said it's been the car wreck Sister drove off
The
the rodent chapter.
The car wreck where she shot that car and it blew up.
Oh, this is why I love all of you.
I didn't know this was going to be like a therapy session. This is because it's very therapeutic.
I'll be the therapist. You guys can vent, and I'll just sit here and listen.
History, you go first.
I mean, we've been saying it this entire time. God, our energy went.
It plummeted.
I never want to talk about this series ever again.
Would you rather just read another chapter
people
of
on
the
my
Brothers
channel
Four?
wonder,
pull it up.
where is Historia's issue 4 breakdown? And I will die before I make a Sister Imperator issue 4 breakdown.
I find it so funny how the Skeletalks are gonna go Sister Imperator 1 cover, Sister Imperator 2 cover, Sister Imperator 3 cover, Ghost Comic full series review. We just completely negated the fourth one. While we are reading smut in the Brothers Fall. That is acceptable.
That would have been so much more exciting. That would have had nipples.
It would have. Matria would have done something horrible.
Man.
So Kevin is trying to remind us how he's Tobias.
Kevin, why would you do this to me personally?
Yeah, Kevin, let's put a spotlight on you. Here we go. Wait, that's Bar. What the?
I sort of see why I don't want to read it either, Bar. I get it.
No, yeah.
Kevin 96.
Maybe that's subconsciously why I haven't read it. It was just kind of sitting on my dresser, and I'd be like, "Oh, I need to read it. I need to read it," and then it's like literally anything else just distracted me, and then I'd be like, "Oh, I didn't read it. I'll read it tomorrow," and never got to it.
You know what looks more interesting? What sounded more interesting? That 26 pages of. Remember, I showed you that ad for a super collector's edition box set for that Night Demon album from this.
Yeah.
No, the band was Night Demon. The album was Curse of the Damned, and it came with the comic book. And it sounded like it's like this, whatever, the description of a 26-page comic, but it sounded so much better.
It sounded really good.
It was like this couple's going out over there to whatever, do what they do in a car, and then this freaking killer with an axe, he's gonna show up, and it's like, whoa, I want to read that. No, we get.
I would have rather read that.
Hell yeah! Are you kidding me?
I would have rather read the Terza olive oil fanfiction live.
My God.
Everybody brings that up. Like I'm not
I
gonna
read it to my friend as a bedtime story once.
Would you read it to me as a bedtime story? Because I want to know what it says, but I don't want to read it.
Sure.
Is it long?
It's
Wow.
not long, but I don't think we can read it live. Like YouTube guidelines.
Oh my god. So it would have to be like a personal reading.
Your personal reading of the olive oil Terza
Oh
flick.
my goodness.
Oh God.
You can read it to Historia and I.
Yeah, and Historia will relate it back to you. Yeah.
Oh my god.
This will be my mark on YouTube. The reading the Terza olive oil flick. Shantonton is horrified.
Oh,
Well, sorry everybody for how
putting us through
what
this.
this did to us. I mean, Ghoul seems fine. She seems
I'm just
unfazed.
happy to be here with everyone, and I'm happy you're back, and I'm happy to see Kane, and I'm happy to see
Yeah, don't
everybody
speak
in
too
the
soon
chat.
because this is probably going to put me back in hibernation.
No, it better
Oh,
not.
I'm
My
just
coffin calls to me.
Oh, no.
let's see.
If I have to go to wherever you are and like shake you awake, I will do that.
I'm going to go lay in unmarked dirt.
It has a satanic symbol on it.
I shall become one with the sea farm.
Procreate.
Hey, it's La Goulette. Hey.
Whoa, okay, everybody. Now we woke up. Agulette's building. Hello.
What's happening?
Okay, no, wait, Kate, wake up. No, she's cool, bro. She's cool. Yes, Lagulette.
Yay!
Thank you for showing
Good
up.
morning.
I will say we almost invited you to this. I am sorry that the invite didn't make it to you because I know that she actually did a. Dude, we should probably watch Lagulette. Do we have permission? Oh wait, whatever. I'll link it. She actually did an overview of the whole thing. So this is a new Kane. This is a new YouTuber that's joining or a ghost.
Oh, marvelous! Nice to meet you, Lagulette.
Fantastic.
Actually, let me present
that's
your
so
channel
cool.
on the screen so people can go and people like
I'll
she's
subscribe right now.
creating really good content. So let me see. But anyways, thank you for stopping by.
Did you feel how our energy picked up when we were going to talk about anything other than the comic?
Dude, she showed up and my energy's back now. So.
Oh. I'm glad because I was
another
starting
positive
to feel kind of lonely in my
fan
little...
can do to you. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. So I'll share it so people can see and people go subscribe, check out our content. Let's see, share right there. So here we go. It's Lagulette. We'll cover news, merch, theories, and lore. Oh God, I don't even want to hear about ghosts and lore right now. But lore about
or Sister Imperator.
Sister Imperator. What? For any interested, 5 days ago she actually put up a really good video that it goes through the entire story of the comic, issues 1 through 4, in 9 minutes, so you didn't have to sit here and with us and wallowing in our own things for like 2 hours. But yeah, she has like a few videos out. Go subscribe, go tune in, and show her some love.
I just subscribed.
There you go. Now you probably have, if I refresh it, 201 subscribers. What? Were you the 200th, or did you just lie?
No, I subscribed before you put them up here.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, one of you guys subscribe, so I can now refresh and see 201. So let me know.
We're holding you literally all hostage right now. The stream can't end until
give her a few.
201.
Give her a few more. Okay, just do it. But anyway,
I don't even remember what I was going to say. I was going to say something and I've forgotten. It's all right.
Bar says 201 now. Thank you, Bar.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna hold you to it. Let me see.
I mean, it's not my channel, but I'm like really happy for La
I'm
Goulette.
happy. It's
Oh,
wonderful.
202, bro. 202.
Woo!
202, hell yeah.
You know what?
It's
Every
lovely to see the
stream, we're gonna
community
need to see
grow.
this number keep going up, or
Yep.
we're gonna need to tune in to be like, where are we at?
That could be a little segment or
The
something.
the segment at the end that picks us up from the misery that we're in.
The
fun.
absolute hellscape.
Maybe we should just forget about the comic for a while then.
Forever? Can it just be forever?
Okay, yeah, sure, forever.
Hey, La Goulette, do you want to chime in with maybe your opinion, or either just writing it in, or if you think you could actually join us for like a few seconds, if you have like a mic and you would like to share
Thank
your
you,
opinion on the
Bar.
comic, I can send you a link, so just let me know. So yeah, you can either type I'd like to know your opinion on the comic as a whole, so.
But Bar says what comic?
Exactly.
Thank you. But
I'm-
no, we need to know what it is for a few more seconds, because I do
Okay.
need to know her opinion on it.
Okay.
I'm so happy I haven't been like in the weeds trying to make a really
I
like
think she already
massive.
forgot. Like about Sister Imperator? The newest Spider-Man. Like, what's going on here?
Oh, me oh my.
Ay, Dios mío.
Oh, blimey.
By the way, like, you can speak in Spanish if you want. Who cares if Kane doesn't understand what you're saying? I don't understand what he says half the damn time.
Oi, mate.
Where's the SAP button? Right quick.
No,
Because Goulet understands Spanish. I speak Spanish.
I
I
understand
can just
every
waffle on.
language.
And Kane is an honorary Spanish member.
Thanks.
It's like, yo quiero Taco Bell.
Just say gracias.
Gracias.
There you go. Muy bien, muy bien.
Wow.
I did a thumbs up, but you guys can't see it.
No, but I
Well, you
felt
could-
it.
You could do it. Whoa, hey. Hello.
Whoa.
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 Hello.
Like in my heart. My God, you guys are dirty.
Hey, that went in deep.
Whoa.
This is skeleton. This is skeleton after dark. This is skeleton dark. Holy. I might need to vacate. I'll leave you two. You two guys right here.
You guys are taking it too far, I swear. I felt it in my heart, but y'all.
Scare away La Goulette, okay? Come on.
yeah, she's.
She's probably not even
Corre,
typing her
corre,
opinion,
corre.
and I'm over here waiting for her. Like, the stream won't end until I see this opinion. Like, we'll be here for 5 hours.
We need to fill like the dead air with talking. How?
We are talking.
Damn, then we're already there.
Eddie Spaghetti's like, what's happening?
Eddie, I'm pretty sure I'm in the midst of psychosis.
Oh,
I think
God.
we all are.
Okay, here we go. The actual important opinion around here, because ours at this point just don't matter. All right, so she says, so about Sister Imperator. For me, it was very disappointing. Like, I was expecting this incredible, mind-blowing story, and I didn't get any of it.
Oh, and they follow up with it was like they were improvising and trying to do something good.
Question mark.
It
Hey,
felt
calm
like
I
down.
they
love all the
just-
question marks.
Toby's in
It
the
felt
chat.
like-
Okay.
they were just making shit up as they went along. I do agree, La Goulette.
Sorry for
And
the
don't-
typos. I am on my
Bro,
phone.
don't worry
No,
about
I think you.
typos.
As an avid typo doer on any device I'm on, don't look at any comments or descriptions I write. Trust me, it's fine.
Oh man, that was an amazing. This was so good. This should be on when they do the trade paperback. When you have the reviews, they're supposed to put like positive blurbs.
Mm.
It was like they were improvising and trying to do something
good.
good. Question mark from La Goulette. So I hope your quote makes it onto the back of
Yeah,
the
that'd
trade.
be awesome.
That'd be great.
We were there when she wrote it.
Because I don't even want my quote on any of those. Anyways, so now let's pretend like it just never existed.
Okay.
But anyways, we're probably here a little too long. Kane is passing out as we speak.
I'm so thoroughly. I think. Well, one, it's ludicrously hot in my house at the moment.
Aw.
The pollen is beating my ass, and this comic is disappointing as all hell. Like, I wasn't expecting anything revolutionary, but I like comics. I'm a big comic fan. The last comic I subscribed to that was like this, where it was like a big break and then one release, then another, and I believe it was only 4 issues as well. Was Riddler Year One, which is like pretty good
Oh, hell yeah, that was
supplementary
fucking good.
material. Yeah, good supplementary material for the Batman 2022 as well.
Yeah.
So like
exactly.
my next thing that's that experience is Sister Imperator.
Aw.
It's like my first pre-order ever was Cyberpunk 2077 on the base PS4. I just don't have good luck with these things.
Yeah. You
Um,
got royally effed when it came to video games, and royally effed now when you came to comic books. Yeah.
They bent me over a table for sure. Like it
And
was
shove those
rancid.
thumbs way up. Yeah.
The
They gave you those Ebert and Roper 2 thumbs up.
Poor Kane. He always has the worst luck. Sorry.
I haven't said my Chronicles on the stream yet. I did promise the Discord server 2. So
But
one.
just so we're aware, she didn't like it. But
It
continue.
seems that the general consensus is we didn't like it.
What about the
I-
thumbs?
Don't worry
Sorry.
about the thumbs. I haven't
Boris-
cleansed it yet, but no, it's all right. Don't worry about thumbs. I have 2 crants, just like I have 2 thumbs.
Oh my god.
So in the 4-week break that I was gone, one of those weeks I didn't have Wi-Fi. Straight up, something went wrong with the line, so it couldn't be fixed. And before we had to reschedule behind the scenes, where it had to be this week instead of last week, we got a new router in and everything. Everything was supposed to be fixed, and then it went down again. A lot of work had to be done, and I remember telling you, Astoria, like I've got this thing that's letting my phone work as a router, so
Yeah.
I will connect it to my PC, and by come hell or high water, we'll get a skeleton. And then he said we're rescheduling to next week, and I was like, thank God. And then I bought 5 days, of that thing, which cost a decent bit of money for 5 days of Wi-Fi while I didn't have a router. It was fixed the next day.
Oh my god.
And then I had to go to the walk-in center, as I told you two behind the scenes, because my hay fever was so bad it felt like I had a chest infection, and walking around was exhausting.
And the doctor's like, "Where's all your chest hair? Where are your?" And I'm not gonna say it anymore.
Look at me, look at me, doctor. I'm a smooth freak with no nipples.
Look down there.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Smooth as butter.
Oh my god. He's like, "Is this a good or a bad thing?" Oh. Anyways, I think this is where we end it, dude. I think we're good. I think we went on long enough. 2 hours of my life I'll never get back. Talking about Sister Imperator.
I'm glad to have wasted it.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so negative. Like we're here.
On the plus side, I've enjoyed being back thoroughly.
Yeah, everything else that had to do with our conversations that just wasn't specifically about the contents of the comic book.
The best thing about Sister Imperator has been everything surrounding Sister Imperator while we've been talking about it. I've thoroughly loved it. Ghoul, it was nice meeting you for the first time. Hell of a first conversation. Astoria, it's good to be back with you. It's wonderful to have everyone back in the chat. I appreciate everyone here. I am so sorry you've had to hear my gradual decline, and slowly melting into my chair. I don't have anything else to say. My
I-
next video is not going to be on Ghost, though. That's for damn sure. I was considering doing a Sister Imperator video and that being like the next big thing. Nah, I'm fine. I'll stick to my Passiflora documentary.
No, look what you disappointed Kevin. He
See,
said
you
in
made
all
Kevin-
the info I gave y'all.
Oh, you made
Kevin,
Tobias sad.
Whoever you are.
Kevin, Tobias, you were pulling us through with like lore explanations and
Yes.
extra details.
Timeline.
And yes, we couldn't have done this without you, and you're not in the call.
Thank you.
I appreciate you very much, truly.
Yeah, this is not a reflection on any of you. Holy crap. And yeah. Anyways.
Just because we're mad at the milkmen doesn't mean we're mad at the kids.
Oh my god. Still like the milk.
Oh.
Let's see. This has been my favorite part of Sister Imperator.
The end.
Colette says one day we have to make a discussion in Spanish. Yes.
Yes, we can do that.
Kane can finally be he could be, trying to figure out what we're saying. It should be like me, Goulet, and then La Goulet. Wow, a discussion in Spanish, yeah. But just
and
not.
I will sit idly by and speak the most broken Cockney you have ever heard.
Go for it. I want to hear it.
Just go full Yorkshire.
Or you could just say random words in Spanish.
He's like, I don't know any.
Gracias.
Hola.
I do know that one.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo están?
Listen, this is a bit out of my wheelhouse.
Oh yeah, and
wonderful.
See.
See.
Yeah, there you go. See.
Or you could just say, be like, ¿Qué onda? Órale, vato. I don't know.
Órale. All right. He ain't from East LA now.
No, you're right.
His sister. Oh god. Year 12 Spanish is coming back to me. Oh my god. Oh, this is hilarious.
Sacapuntas. Pupitre.
You're making fun of me?
Guys, we can't though, bro, because we'll be competition. We'll be in the freaking scope of you know who. If we start speaking Ghost and Espanol, we put those two together. That's Ghost and Espanol. Rivalry. This is 80,000 subs, bro. I can't be on the crossfire of that. That's dangerous.
No, but she doesn't live stream though. How would she?
What does she call them? She has informants across the globe. What does she call them?
Correspondents.
Holy hell.
She has some like spies hidden
that
everywhere.
Report to her all the ghost news, but they'll if they need a transition and start having to take us out, they'll do it. They said anything. They got her logo on a flag on their back, and they'll do what they got to do. Midstream, they're gonna bust in here, bro. But anyways,
could you imagine you hear me like physically get taken away from the mic?
Oh my god!
Just like
like Terzo.
Exactly. That's what.
Jacked away.
The only proper face reveal you're gonna get of me, except for that one picture, is my beheaded corpse on Skeletor.
Oh
Sorry.
Oh,
be a hell of a way to go.
God.
Paella. You know what? I've never tried paella. It's like a I would describe it like a jambalaya, kind of like a rice with all sorts of ingredients.
Oh yeah, she's actually Spanish, right? Well,
yeah. We're the knockoffs.
Not the knockoff.
No,
I mean,
we're the ones that were conquered.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so she's Spanish. We're Mexican.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, sometimes they even say stuff that I'm like, huh? Like Kane, I guess we both speak English, but there's just a different English. So
it's barely English, if I'm being completely honest with you. You're right, Mush.
It's a melting pot.
Let's see. Rice with seafood, essentially. Okay.
Is the bounce gone from your bungee duck?
Oh, but see what I mean? See what I mean? But anyways, all right. I think this is I think this is where we end it for today,
Where
and
we
we'll have
part.
where more. Oh my god, a lot more exciting material that we'll come back with like next time. But at least we freaking we buried this. We hit the final nail in the coffin. We will 6 feet under this comic book and never talk about it again. So yes,
Never ever.
never.
I'm free.
He's just like, I'm not even gonna say anything because I literally do not want to talk about it anymore.
All right,
But-
everyone's free from those shackles. Woohoo!
There will be no follow-up definitive timeline because of this comic.
It just derailed everything. It's like it made it not fun anymore.
It knocked the wind out of my sails, like lore-wise.
Yeah.
But I mean, like what Bar said. What comic?
That's so true.
Oh my
That's
God.
so true,
I don't know.
Bestie.
Like,
I
yeah,
don't
maybe let's just do like literally pretend it never existed and just go by what the chapters keep saying, but forget what the comic said.
I
Forget
feel like that's the best
Sister and
way.
Punisher. Like, forget that. It's so stupid.
We can also take it in Kevin's way of Sister Imperator was just lying her ass off that entire time.
Yeah.
She just
But,
fabricated everything.
For fun.
Funzy.
But yeah. All right, guys. I actually do have to take off. But it was fun, the moments that we kind of fabricated ourselves.
Yeah.
And we got nipples. Yay!
We
Oh,
didn't, that's the problem.
Oh, no, no. Well, we didn't, but somebody
We-
did.
Just read fan fiction, more interesting. Well, we're actually reading, the glorified, the pinnacle of fan fiction, which is the Brothers
Brothers
4.
Four.
So
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
much
write my own fan fiction for us
I
to
need
read.
to get my artist friend to give us 4 or 5 images per chapter because I was telling Goulet, and I don't know if I told you, like, I want to do like chapter breakdowns on as regular videos on the channel, but have
Yeah.
more of the art to showcase to get these. And I just come on, I want to see that scene of all the rats with copia and everything. Like, come on, like, why wasn't that a comic book? Why did we get this stupid? Okay, I'll calm down. I'll calm down. That would have made a much better comic book than this.
A thing
just-
I planned on doing. Oh, sorry, Goulet, continue.
Oh, no, go
Yeah,
ahead,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
Take off my trunks. Whoa, hell.
Whoa.
Who the heck is Robert?
There has been an underlying current throughout this entire stream. One of a bit I was gonna do was get an entire Aeon cosplay, and if we came back with doing the Brothers 4, I was just gonna like flash my camera on really quick, and I was just gonna be in the whole garb.
Do
Oh my
it. Do it.
I would have started procrastinating and buying stuff like camera
You can do
camera
it anytime.
That's
Anytime.
true.
All right,
Hell
but yeah,
Now,
on the
before we go,
stream.
I just want to say I'm gonna after the live, I'm gonna post on the comments. I'm gonna post the link for that Tobias Forge music
all the
playlist.
Spotify playlists.
Yes, it's
Oh,
called
wonderful.
Counterculture.
Nice.
So I'm gonna post it for all of y'all to check it out.
Thank you.
Sweet. Awesome.
My pleasure. It was
All
great
right, any
seeing
final
everyone.
words from you, Kane, or you're pretty much good?
It was wonderful seeing everyone. I love you all. Stay safe until the next one.
I just want to give you a big hug, Kane. I'm sorry.
Do I really sound that sad?
Yes,
This new
you
mic
sound-
makes me. This
I feel
new
like I've
mic
never
makes me
See
sound.
you again? Like, what has happened? Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna go missing.
No, don't.
But yes, thank you, and thank you, La Goulette, for showing up and chatting with us at
Yeah.
least at the end and showing us some love. And
It was
go
nice to
show
meet you.
love back to her. Check out her channel, subscribe to her channel, and just success to all the ghost tubers. This is an awesome community, so thank you guys.
Hmm.
All right,
love
and that's
everyone.
Really it.
Bye.
Much love
Bye.
to everyone. Stay satanized.